Hey, so I've been asked a couple times to do a video to show the rig that I race on, and so here's an impromptu live recording to do that, not scripted or anything, just I'll give you a little tour. So let's start with the actual frame itself, and then we'll talk about the wheels and the pedals and the monitors and the computer. Okay, so the frame is an 80/20 aluminum frame, and it gives you lots of rigidity so that the wheel and the pedals and so on are nice and stiff, so that you get the maximum feedback from the game itself. The seat I use is a Sparco seat. Now this rig I actually bought used. I think it's actually I forget the actual manufacturer. But since I bought this rig, I bought a few add-ons from Track Racer, like this stand here for the mouse and this stand here for the keyboard that does pivot. Allows me to move things out of the way and back in the way. So there's a few things I've added here, and then the actual monitor stand, which holds the 3 monitors, is also from Track Racer. So it's a mixture of a couple of products, but that's what it is. The wheel, there's a couple of wheels I have. This is the one I've been using this past week. It's the GT3 official wheel, and it's a wireless wheel, meaning that it connects to the wheelbase through wireless technology, and that allows me to disconnect it here, and I'm gonna have to bang this out. There we go. So it's a SimuCube connection, and that's how it works. So this particular wheel has Asher Racing shifters on it, and as I mentioned, it's a wireless wheel. So, which reminds me, I left this on. That's the one thing about that. I keep forgetting to turn it off. But anyway, that's the wheel. The other wheel I have is this one, which is from Cube Controls. Can you see that? Oh, there we go. Cube Controls. It's an OMP wheel. It's got different shifters. I prefer the shifters on the Asher shifters. They're more reliable than these ones. These ones have given me a couple of issues with sometimes not working correctly. There's a little adjustment you gotta use in them to keep them to work. But I do like the feel of this wheel, and the quality of the controls are very good. But because of the shifter issues I've been having, I was going back to trying this one because it's proven to be a bit more reliable. But yeah, so they both just slide on the adapter there, and what did I do with it? The pin. Oh, there it is. And there's a pin here that goes through a hole, and that's what locks it in place. So the wheelbase itself is the SimuCube Pro direct drive wheel, and I used to have the SimuCube 1. I found absolutely no difference between the 1 and the 2. I went with the 2 because it had less physical footprint to it. The 1 had a big black box that sat on the floor, which annoyed me, so that was the main reason why I went to that. Plus, I made of mine. I was looking for a direct drive wheel, so I was able to give him a good deal on that, which is good because he's very fast and he enjoys it. So, pedal wise, these are the pedals. These are Husenvelt Ultimates. Neil Husenfeld is a very good guy. I've been watching his videos lately. Not only does he create great products like these, but he also does the physics models for one of the simulators. I think it's Automobilista, I believe it is. Anyway, he's a smart guy, very funny guy, and very good at explaining things. If you ever check out his videos, that's pretty cool. I've added a little aluminum plate there to raise my heel up a bit, so I get the right leverage from my foot size against the pedals. My ghetto duct tape is there to keep the pedals from sliding forward. I need to get another clamp like I have on the other side to put it on the right side to make it right, but I haven't done that yet. Monitor wise, I've got 3 monitors. the I forget the model number, but they're Samsung, and they're I guess 32 inch. Is that right? I think they're 32 inch. Anyway, that's what I use. They're curved slightly, so if you look up from the top of the monitor, you can see there's a slight curve to them. That just helps a bit with the wraparound. Now, people will go with either a wide 49-inch single monitor or this triple monitor setup. The triple monitor just gives you a better wraparound view. So, you know, if you're looking right, you can see through the corner. You're looking left, you can see through the corner. It just gives you a much better perspective on your track and environment, and when you're racing close quarters with other drivers, it's also very helpful because you can see where they are a little more easily. So it's really about traffic management and also about being able to see through a corner, so you know when you're supposed to get on the gas. It just helps you with everything. The power supply for the wheel here, those are the 2 power supplies on the floor, and those 3 power supplies there are for the monitors. Computer-wise, my buddy Nick spec'd this out for me. He knows way more about this than I do, but it's got an Asus 2080 GeForce RTX graphics card, and the CPU is an i9, and the memory, I forget the details about the memory, but anyway, those are the basic specs. This is the same machine that he runs, and so he just spec'd it out for me. I ordered it, and it's been working great. I get a nice frame rate with it. I get about 144 pretty easily with 3 monitors, which my other computer I originally had was only getting about 60. So that really helped doing the upgrade. And of course, you know, those of you know who do sim racing know that you get hot. So there's a nice fan over here that keeps me cool. And that's important because if I didn't do that, I would sweat a lot more than I do. So that's the basics of what I have as a. Oh, one more thing. There's something called Stream Deck, which some of you may have heard of. It's basically a button box, and behind the buttons is an LCD screen, and you can put logos in there. So when I'm in my race, I can go to race mode, and that changes the screen. You can see that's now changed the profile on what you see. I could go to all using the software, and the software that I use, it's probably hard to see, but it's called Streamlabs. It's on this screen here. That's the software I use for streaming. So that's basically it. Hopefully that is helpful, and you guys found that useful. So anyway, that's it. Bye.